The whole cop story. See, that could be a spinoff too. That's like
cops.
That's like Reno 911. Like that shit. Like
dude, as soon as the cops come on screen, it happens every time, but this time, definitely, it just happened. I just watched this yesterday. As soon as the shot changes and it shows both of them, I start laughing. Oh, here we go. We get both of these idiots.
I was gonna say
Bill Hader and Seth Rogen.
Do you think they were being a smart ass with her when he's like an African Jew? Because
they are messing with her, I think.
Because she said, no, he looked like you. So then they were like, I'm
Jewish.
That's why he's like, Jewish. He's an African Jew. He's like,
yeah. I do think they are dumb because they're incompetent.
Like, they're dumb, but I felt like they were kind of messing with her to be like.
It feels that way. But them two especially, I know it goes for the whole movie, but them two especially are improv. And that's what makes them even funnier. Is because you see them.
You're an organ donor.
You're an organ donor. What's the line that he says? He's like, it's like, he said something about his wife, and he's just like, or like women. He's like, even when you're dead, they still want to rip your heart out. But that, especially in the bar, when they're in the bar, when McLovin takes down the homeless guy, well, really, the homeless guy slips. Like, McLovin, I'm getting you a beer, McLovin. That's another line that
I think that's why they shoot the stop sign after when they're all. And the cops. And he was gonna let him.
The cops run away from the cops.
Clip on it.
Yeah,
so go ahead and empty the clip on it.
But yeah, in the bar, you can totally tell they're improving because they're like, oh yeah, he's like, you don't, because he's like, he has the tape of him getting punched, and then he's all like, oh, are there any like ladies we can show this to? And both of them are like, nah, like, you don't want to meet a girl in a bar. And then he's like, and then they start talking about Bill Hader's ex-wife, and he's like, I actually met her in a bar. And then Seth Rogen's like, it was actually this bar. Yeah, it was this bar. Like, they totally are just improving. It's hilarious.
That's what's funny too, because they know the whole time he's underage and everything. They're like, let's just take this guy out, because they were gonna drop him off, but then they're like, shit, we gotta.
So you think the homeless thing is what changed it?
Yeah. Well, no.
The homeless guy.
The homeless guy changed it a little bit, but what really changed is when he ran away from them, because they were. What really changed is when they hit freaking Seth. Because they said, after we do this party, we'll drop you off. And then he's like, all right. He's like, let's go show him. So and what's stupid is both movies, a cop hits somebody. It hits James Franco, and then in this one. And then they kick out the window, all that shit. But that whole scene's funny too. He's like, spread your shit. Spread your shit. Spread your shit. At first, they're all nice with him.
Yeah.
And then once he tasted the alcohol,
did you notice that when they're talking about like what they're gonna do with Seth and Evan, that they have the flashlights and they're just like going like this. They're both talking and like they're like flashing their face.
Even later, after he throws up and he comes up to him, he's still putting it on him, and he's just
he's the fastest kid alive.
And that's what I was gonna say is funny too, because in Juno, he's a track runner too.
He got the form too.
He's stiff. He's like fast. But one of the funniest things I was dying at today, because I watched Superbad today, is when he's running away from Seth Rogen, like he's already gone, and Seth's just watching him. When he steps to the sides, when he fades away in the night, that's one of the funniest shits, because it's like a realistic run. Like he's like he's feeling the terrain. The terrain, and he's just going. And then he's like, let me shoot this shit, so like it scare him out of his position. He
shoots. So he's like, at least warn me before you do it. He shoots again. It's all the little things, man. That's what I'm talking about. They're improving some of it, maybe most of it.
He's like, oh shit, they shot Seth. Yeah. And then like that, like they were running, and then they all meet again. Boom.
That's what I'm saying. Like how the plots connect, they split apart, and then how they connect with him getting hit by a car again. That's what I was gonna say. Is he gets hit by a car and they're distracted, so then Fogel gets in the cop car and leaves, and then he gets hit by those cops, and then they get introduced to Fogel again. Yeah. So it's both the times.
He pushed them.
Yeah. Evan pushes him in front of the cop car. Another pro that I have here is just like they actually feel like high schoolers.
Yeah, they look like high schoolers.
And this is where my crush for Emma Stone started, man. I think this was like her big debut
on this movie.
Yeah,
isn't Easy A like?
That's right after. It's like a year later.
I was gonna say like a year or two after.
Yeah, that just enhanced the crush, and then it just kept going.
And now she's Gwen Stacy.
Now she's like 10 years ago.